Send your loony donation to Black Velvet RPG Creator, care of Reese, 4319 Henderson Road, Milton, Ontario, Canada, L9T2X5. Of Lake Deerhinde, concept rough working copy, copyright December the 19th, 2008. In the geophysical year of 1870, the surveyors had gone to find the dragon's center force around the various points of the globe. They had come to Norfolk County and had set up their survey equipment and their survey barge, the Christina Skunt, by the shores near Lake Deerhinde in the interior from Lake Erie. They had apparently discovered something mysteriously and powerful, and then they vanished, and all that remained was the Christina Skunt that had been dragged inland to where the dry lake bed of Lake Deerhinde used to be. A century passed, and the queen of the dragons came wandering through the area, and she noted that there were no trolls or ogres or goblins or gremlins or fairies or elves or dwarves or brownies or pixies in this particular stretch. It was a desolate area. Apparently, a dragon was required to restart the fertile life of the magical realm in this region. So she went out and kidnapped the narrator's sister and was preparing to enforce powers upon her from the dragon force. However, the queen of the dragons did not know where the surveyors had plotted out the actual location where the dragon ley lines came together, the central nexus point. And so, while she blundered around with her kidnapped victim, the sister's narrator, brother, went out in search of her to rescue her. And he came upon the wrecked remains of the Christina Skunt. A storm was coming up. It was a dark and stormy night, and lightning was flashing, and it was heavily rain and cold. So he went inside and set himself up for the night in shelter of the boiler of the Christina Skunt. When he woke up the next morning, he of course immediately went to exit from the boiler, and suddenly, after he got his head through, he found the rest of them wouldn't go through. It took him a while to puzzle through why this wouldn't work, and it slowly dawned on him that maybe he wasn't supposed to be a scaly big snake with wings and claws and a tail. The new dragon backed up and slowly puzzled out that it must have been a human once, one of those smaller two-legged things. The dragon, of course, did not realize that the Christina Skunt had been parked right on the nexus of the dragon force, and that night the planets Venus, Mars, and the moon had all been in alignment, and it created a change in him. However, the dragon still knew that he had a sister to rescue, and so by the shores of Lake Deerhinde the adventure began. Your loony donation to Black Velvet RPG Creator, care of Reese, 4319 Henderson Road, Milton, Ontario, Canada, L9T2X5.